Hi, and welcome to my audio-visual essay. I am going to be explaining certain job roles and their responsibilities, different working patterns, and different levels of positions, such as managers and producers. 3D modeler. The job roles of a 3D modeler is that they need to make a 3D model of a certain object or character, so then it can be developed. Animator. The job roles of an animator is that they are responsible for the portrayal of movement and behavior. Artist. A game artist is an artist who creates art for one or more types of games. Game artists are responsible for all of the aspects of game development that call for visual art. Audio engineer. An audio engineer has the responsibility of creating the soundtrack for a game, including the in-game music or startup music, the sound effects, the character voices, and most importantly the spoken instructions, for example, cutscenes. Designer. The game's designer is responsible for devising what a game consists of and how it plays. Also, displaying this is to the rest of the development team who create art assets and computer codes. Scriptwriter. A scriptwriter will review, edit, and improve existing game documents to maximize clarity. Review and ensure all existing scripts comply with the company's guidelines. Work closely with game designers and provide assistance and modifications on scripts and script writing. Rewrite and reword any existing game documents as necessary. Other responsibilities might include, but not limited to, assisting on creative the structure of the story, character descriptions, scenarios, and dialogues. Level designer. The level editor is responsible for creating the interactive buildings/architecture for a certain part of the game, including the landscape, buildings, and the objects. Localization technician. The localization technician is responsible for testing software to the required timescale across all the current gaming platforms, entering any bugs, flaws, and issues into the database in English and in a clear and concise manner, providing solutions to any issues where required. Proofreading to ensure all text is accurately translated from the English copy. Translating between English and target language when required. Ensuring the game is of industry standard before release. Proactively complete assigned tasks accurately and thoroughly, and within a specified time frame in order to detect software flaws and/or design issues. Ensure that no guideline-related localization bug, flaw or issue remains in the signed-off product and report them as early as possible. Proactively seek to improve knowledge of testing procedures and, where applicable, related equipment. Maintain strong teamwork within the team. Communicate accurate information to other members. Perform other tasks when requested by the management team. Producer. These are responsible for the delivery of the game, making sure it gets there on time, making sure the publisher has all the relevant information required, so then this will make the game more successful. Programmer. A programmer is responsible for designing and writing the computer code that runs and controls the game. Quality Assurance Tester. Quality Assurance Tester is responsible for testing, tuning, and debugging a game and suggesting refinements that ensures its quality and playability, assuring quality in a game and finding all its flaws before it goes public. Different people have a different level of responsibility. Team member. These are responsible for listening to the people who are above them in the games industry and do what they say. Team leader. These give jobs to the team members and reports to the manager what jobs have been completed and what they are working on. Manager. Helping create and implement marketing campaigns to maximize the sales of games and reports anything to the producer when something is not right. Producer. These are responsible for the delivery of the game, making sure it gets there on time. making sure the publisher has all the relevant information required, so then this will make the game more successful. People work at different times with different patterns depending on the company. Office hours. This is normally during the main hours of the day, for example starting at 8 am and finishing at 6 pm. Irregular hours. Irregular working hours are hours outside normal daytime hours on weekdays. 4 types of irregular working hours are distinguished. Evenings, hours between 7 o'clock in the evening and midnight. Nighttime, hours between midnight and 6 o'clock in the morning. Saturdays, daytime hours on Saturdays. Sundays, daytime hours on Sundays. Hot seating, also known as hot desking. Hot desking is an office organisation system which involves multiple workers using a single physical workstation or surface during different time periods. Freelance. Hired for a specific amount of time to do a specific amount of work. Can work in your own time but has to be finished in the amount of time given. Fixed term contract. A fixed term contract is something where you have to work for a set amount of time and not disobey the rules, otherwise you will not get paid for your work. Full-time staff. Full-time employment is employment in which a person works a minimum number of hours defined as such by his/her employer. Thank you for listening to my audio-visual essay.